Hi, this is William on India's weekly market overview for the week ending March 11. I'm Rushit Sejpal, equity analyst at William O'Neill India. So this describes very well the Monday. The market was very tough on the Monday. Nifty breached its 16,000 level. So, but the good part is that on the Tuesday, after establishing a low of around 15,672, it made a intraday reversal from there. So we considered this as the day one of an attempted rally. So what we look for is the rule-based thing to identify the bottom, right? The potential bottom. So for that, market needs to hold about a certain low that it has made for the three consecutive sessions, right? So on Tuesday, market made a low of 15,672. But the good part is it made an intraday reversal. Hence, we considered it as a blue rally day, and it was the day one of our attempted rally. The second was the day two, and the Thursday was the day three. So on Thursday, we changed the market status to a rally attempt, right? So what that means is this 15,672 will be considered as a potential bottom, right, for this cycle. Today, Nifty was in a very narrow range compared to last many sessions. So it traded almost between its this pink and green line, right, which is the 10 EMA and 21 EMA. That is the exponential moving average. There was a major event on Thursday, right? There was also a weekly expiry after a lot of volatility in the first 3 days of the week, and also there was vote counting for the state election results, right? And BJP won 4 states, and that is considered a bit positive for the market because any stability in the government, the continuation of the policy is what the market always looks for. The domestic investors or the foreign investors always look for a stable government in a country. And I think winning UP for the second time is very good because it will also help a lot in 2024 general election, right? And the positive sentiment can be built around that. But looking from a investment point of view, any government, the stable government winning with a majority, without any major coalitions and policy discontinuation, so that is considered positive for the market, and that is what happened yesterday. So if you look at the Dow 30, right, the US market is also very, very volatile. Just look for the last, 15 sessions, how the volatility is very high and it is not showing a clear direction, right? There was a sharp fall before that, and after that, it is going through a highly volatile consolidation, if you can say. So here also, if you see this week, the 4 sessions from Monday to Thursday, it made a low on Tuesday, and it was holding well on the Wednesday as well as the Thursday. So let's see what happens today. So the other important news this week was about the gold. So if you can see the chart, this was the Monday, right? So the gold made a high on the Monday, and on MCX, if I'm not wrong, it was somewhere around 55,000 for some brief period of time. But the good part is it staged a small reversal on that day itself, and it never went above that Monday high level. So there was a fall on the couple of more days after that, right? So see, the gold is considered as very safe haven investment as far as whenever there is these kind of geopolitical tensions, and so due to that reason only, since last 2 to 3 weeks, there is a high demand for the gold. Also, the other commodity prices are rising. The major issue for India is not gold, but the crude oil prices. So it is estimated that increase in every $10 of crude oil price increases in India's inflation by 25 to 30 bips, right? But over here, the comfortable zone that the government of India as well as the RBI looked well during the recent budget and the recent RBI policy was around 75 to $80 per barrel, and also the currency was looked at around 73.4 per USD, right? But there is an issue with both of it. So on Monday, The crude made a high of around 135, 140, right? But the good part for us is like it dropped to around 120 levels on the same day, and it staged an intraday reversal. So let's see if this is the on technically if this is the top formation for the crude oil, right? Though US has banned the imports from the Russia, right? But the good part is that Europe has told that we will continue the import of oil and gas from Russia, right? Because almost 50-60% of their demand is met from Russia. So if they stop, if they ban, then it becomes quite tough for the European nations. But if you consider US, it's only just a small percent of import for them. So I think they can afford, but the Europe will not. And I think that's the reason it's again, back to around 110, 15 zone. And the good part is that the Russia also commented that they will continue the supply of these products. And also the other OPEC nations are, planning to increase the production. So that's why it's somewhere around 110, 15 now, which is a bit lower from a high of 135, 40. But for us, we will look for a comfortable zone, which is somewhere around 80 to 90. So let's hope and let's see that if it goes lower or not. So here USD also. So India was looking for a 73, 74 for USD, but on the start of the week on Monday and Tuesday it made a high of more than 77, and from that it corrected almost 1.5 rupees, but it's again somewhere around 76, right? Okay. So the other important thing to look out for is the US inflation. It's at a 40-year high in the February, right? And the Fed meeting is in the next week. So the Fed is expected to start increasing the rates from this meeting. So let's see what the Fed comments, because this will be the first Fed outcome after this Ukraine-Russia tension, the sanctions, the rising energy prices in US as well as the other part of the world. So let's see how the US Fed balances the growth as well as the inflation part in the meeting. But that will be a very important event for the US market as well as the other global market. So for India, if you can see, looking forward, we need to look for this green line, that is the 21 EMA, right? This is very important line. Whenever the market has fell from a high, whenever it is trying to reclaim the rally, you need to look for the 21 EMA, right? So here also for the last two sessions, it found resistance near 21 EMA. But on the flip side, the 10 DMA, which is not that relevant from our point of view, some of the investors or the traders might be using it and they are very confident about it. But what we look for is the 21 EMA, right? So that gives a lot of confidence. So not only the close about the 21 DMA or intraday reclaim, but it should comfortably be about 21 EMA for one session, and the low should not undercut the 21 EMA for at least one day, right? The second most important thing, or I can say the primary thing that we are looking for, is the FTD, that is the follow through day. Now, as the market is in a rally attempt, right? So we are considering this as a potential bottom. So to start the fresh entry in the stocks, to start our new purchase, we look for the follow through day when the Nifty goes 1.5% or the higher on a volume which is higher than the previous session. So if that happens, right, that will bring a lot of confidence in the market, and along with that, the 21 EMA will also get reclaimed. So these two things will be very positive for the market. On the flip side, if you see the Nifty is failing to hold 10 EMA, right, and it again breaches the low, then we will shift the market status again to a correction, and which will be negative for the market. So that's it for the weekly market overview. Thank you.